welcome home, all my lovely and handsome divine loves and divine lovettes. Sober anniversary, December the 18th. Ooh, subscribe, divine loves. I'm proud of you guys. Keep doing what you're doing, one day at a time, one step at a time. Whew, if it get real rough, 1 second at a time. You hear me? Keep doing what you guys are doing. I'm so proud of you. All right. What a beautiful thing. You, right? So you guys, let's have a brief moment of silence, if you will, okay? In that moment of silence, we're going to send light and love to those who are still engulfed in this disease, and those who are going to die from it, all right? Those who have not yet found it, all right? And those who are celebrating like you guys. So in that moment of silence, we're going to have that moment to send them all light and love, okay? So let us begin, you guys, okay? Thank you. I heard San Carlos, Sandres, Nico, Nicholas, Nikolai, wow, Truman. I'm seeing I'm seeing like Tesla. I'm seeing Tesla. I hope I'm saying that right. It's a genius. I'm seeing this genius. Okay, Marcos, DeMarcos. Alyssa, and Karen. Okay, so those are the names that's coming through, you guys. I'm so proud of you guys, okay? I see what came out here directly is the fact that you guys feel like in this relationship that it's a lot of work. I feel like this is like a lot of work. Like you guys made a career of this particular relationship, romantic ship. Even if you're married, you know what I'm saying? It's showing up as it's a lot of work for you guys. Okay? Yeah. But it feels like your needs are not being met in this relationship here. That's what I'm getting. Some of you guys have accepted that this is the way that relationship want to go, but a lot of you guys are still, in your head about like, this is not how I envisioned this as a child, or as a child. You guys had the ideal relationship that you thought you were going for. So a lot of you guys are realizing now that, well, you realize it too, that this is not the fun fantasy that you dreamed that it would be, right? So it's playing a big deal on your self-worth, okay? Because this relationship was a part of your goal. You were goal oriented about this relationship. This relationship, and it was a fantasy of yours to take this relationship path here. So a lot of you guys gave your all, but you feel like your needs are not being met. But that comes from a lot of childhood, what you call childhood trauma, so to speak. Like not even just trauma, but childhood things. Let me just tell you guys, from the moment of conception, okay, we have needs. All right, we have needs from the moment of conception. We have a needs to be fed, protected, nurtured, and stimulated. Okay, if these conditions are good enough and our needs are intuitively seen and met, we develop into adults that become capable of deciphering and attending to our own needs authentically, right? But if there is any disruption in our needs, uh, if there's any disruptions, all right, if there's any disruptions in how our needs are attended to in the infancy area, which is like the proverbial stage before you're two, okay, in childhood, it can create a sense of conflict within oneself, okay, and how we read and attend to our own needs in adulthood. So reflect right now, you guys, on how your needs were met as a child, if you will. Your need for freedom to develop autonomy, for love, physical intimacy, emotional intimacy, and intellectual and creative stimulation. All right. Could you express these needs? All right. Did your mother and father accurately perceive and attend to them? If there was any disruption or failure, how do you think you adjusted or compensated? How has this carried into your adulthood? So that's the major question, and that's the major reason why in this relationship you guys feel like it's a doggone work. It's a lot of work, because of this tone or attunement that was set from your childhood, preferably the pre-verbal stage before you were two, right? So that is going on there, you guys. I just want to make that is coming out in your read as the beginning. Yeah, some of you guys definitely fighting any type of depressed feelings that has to do with your finances, because some of you guys having some real vivid thoughts about it, dreams, nightmares, whatever, something in the visualization area that's telling you about, your finances, like your finances. It's showing you a reoccurring pattern of your finances, how you use and abuse and use and abuse and overuse and misuse. It's like a reoccurring pattern in your mindset that's playing a role, but you guys refuse to be depressed about it, and that's a good thing. You promised yourself, hey, it's not going to get me down for sure, yeah. So what it's telling you guys is a closer way to kind of sum this up and make this a little bit better for you guys. If you see however you see yourself misusing or abusing or this same pattern playing, it's telling you guys to try to use it in a useful way. Try to use these negative visions in a useful way. And that useful way is for you guys to you take it as every aspect of yourself that you are misusing, because see, money is energy, right? So if you say, well, I'm doing this to that, then use that as an aspect of yourself, as if it's a part of yourself, okay? Say, I'm taking this and I'm doing this with that part of me, okay? All right? I'm doing this to that part of me, that part of me, the part where the asset part of me, the liability part of me, this part of me, right? So use that as a guideline or a tool and say, okay, if I'm misusing that, I'm misusing that liability, that part of me that's a liability. Oh, if I misuse that, that's my boundaries. And use that as your money tool. So if you guys are using the money, use it in a way of, that's what it's telling you guys. Use it as a way of, okay, this aspect of you, okay, well, that character defect, all right, was misused, or so forth like that. You guys know what I'm saying. So it's asking you guys to replace that money tool, because money is also energy. And while you guys are having these reoccurring visual patterns as a way of visualizing, showing you guys, okay, well, this is how it is. Just transfer that energy into your own energy and say, okay, well, I see what I did. I see how I'm misusing that. Okay, I'm misusing my boundaries. I'm okay. So this is This is that part of me that's angry. This is that part of me that's lonely. This is that part of me that gets tired. When I'm tired, this is the energy that I use, or so forth like that. They're asking you guys to utilize this as an aspect of your life, of your energy, of your own energy, to visualize it. That way you definitely won't be depressed. You'll actually be working it out. So in other words, you'll be more so living in the solution instead of focusing on that repattern issue, which is the problem. And we know that a problem is something. Talk to me now. A problem is what? A problem is what we create. All right. Situations are things that happen. If you got a problem, you're saying that you're the problem because you created it. All right. Houston, there's a problem. Well, you created it. All right. Situations are things that happen. So they're asking you to do so in that area. So what I see here is bringing me to the next level of you guys, and it's showing me that you guys are, I'm hearing, neglecting your boundaries. Period. You know, some of you guys did not have boundaries set as childhood, and I get that because we all had different, forms and levels of childhood. So it has so much. It's bringing you guys to a conflict. A lot of you guys are conflicted with your boundaries. So that's another thing. Yeah. So it's telling you guys your relationship with conflict. So you guys, not only do you have issues and conflicted within self, you have a relationship with conflict itself, right? So that's what it's doing here, okay? So anyway, it's saying your relationship with conflict links to your experience to conflict and expression of anger and aggression in childhood, okay? If you consistently witnessed or were part of a overbearing and loud, ways of engaging in conflict, right? So if you grew up seeing your mother, father, sister, and brother, everybody screaming at each other, then that had a lot to do with the conflict inside of you, because you guys gravitated and internalized that energy in some type of way. It says you may avoid it later on in life, because if you've seen that happen, you guys don't want it to happen, and you don't want nobody screaming in your face. So you're like, well, if that happened, if that's the way you grew up, then you try to avoid it later on in life, fearing your voice will not be heard. Or you always going all guns blazing, like I'm about to shut it down. Maybe this conflict was avoided altogether and you felt ignored or silenced, okay? How you were met as an adolescent in conflict, all right, by your mother and father also carries a real great significance in your life today. Were they able to express some compassion for your hormonal outbursts? And could they show some sensitivity in your process of becoming an adult and not just their child? So now they're asking you guys to reflect on how you react and respond in a conflict situation today. All right? How does it correspond to your formative experiences? And what do you think you authentically need to listen and to also be heard? I know I heard it go ding, 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 ding. Like somebody won the fight. Like once you do that, you'll win that fight with the boundaries. I heard it. It said ding, 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 ding. Y'all supposed to win that fight. I like that. Yeah. Because these boundaries are an issue, right? Because that's to be bountiful, we have to set boundaries, right? Authentic and healthy personal boundaries are the internal fences that keep us emotionally and physically safe and are a vital component of maintaining a balanced self, right? Okay. So the way we were attuned to as children, how well, it would definitely determine on how well a parent could anticipate meeting our needs and not least negotiating our boundaries, pushing great greatly impacted the internal boundaries that guide us as an adult in how we relate to emotional and physical intimacies today. So, in other words, if you grew up in an environment where your boundaries are consistently overstepped, or they were consistently overstepped, either through having a lack of personal space or always being monitored very closely, or there was a complete lack of boundaries with no one making sure you were safe, then your boundaries are likely to be blurred. So, how do you relate to your boundaries today? And how do you think it is related to the attunement you received as a child? Going over that with oneself, like I said, the conflict itself gave the ding, ding, ding to you guys being all right. So a lot of you guys have to set boundaries in this area of being conflicted with oneself. That's what's happening there. Yeah, because a lot of you guys are struggling with those, excuse me, with those boundaries. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of you guys are struggling with those boundaries here. And there's a conflict of interest inside of oneself to do so. So you guys, in your area of career, you're gonna be all right. Well, it makes sense too, because some of you guys may be bosses or mother. You know how they have like the mother of the career. So some of you guys may be mothers of that career set. Some of you guys are entrepreneurs. So you rocking the whole house. You setting the tone. You're the boss. You guys have to distribute your energy and your power in such a way. But all of this is playing out of energy of your childhood, in this career. Some of you guys may even be career mothers that's being affected by all of this, energy that came from, your proverbial stage is what I'm getting for some. You know what I'm saying? 33% of you guys, yeah. Yeah, it's showing me here. The 75% of you guys are the mothers in that career field that you're in. You know how they have mother bosses or how they say, the job is the family and they have a sister. Yeah, so you guys know what I'm talking about. But all of this is what do you call? All of this energy goes back to you guys in your childhood. So and as do with your person. That's why you guys feel like this, your person, like you guys, that's why you guys feel like, in this relationship, your needs are not being met. So it's the same way with this. Yeah, because this is the common bond you and your person have. A lot of you guys are nurturing individuals. However, some nurturing, I'm trying to, let me say this, okay, so most people grow up experiencing a relationship with a mother figure, right? By and from birth or otherwise, the relationship is hugely important, right? Part of your blueprint for relating to your own feelings and thoughts in adulthood, okay? This has a real blueprint for that. All of which you bring with or without awareness into your life, regardless, into your relationships as well. So look at certain aspects of this relationship when growing up between your mother and situations like that. Did you feel loved? Did you feel heard? Okay. Was she calm or quick to anger? Did you feel loved, respected? How nurturing did you feel physically, emotionally, and intellectually? All right. She may have been quick to anger, but you also felt loved. She may have been calm, but you felt rejected. Try to find out what your mother's own childhood was like and how this affected her parenting skills as well, right? Okay. Lastly, how does your idea of a mother differ from your idea of a father? And what expectations do you potentially carry that do not extend to them? You know, that's what they're talking about here. All this go hand in hand in your career area and how you and your person bond. That's why you feel like this thing is work, because that was the work that was supposed to take place early on, right? We're supposed to have these things done. Nevertheless, they're here now. You know what I'm saying? More is always to be revealed. We're just like onions, layers and layers and layers and layers and layers will be peeled. Um, and more shall be revealed, right? So, uh, the quality of care received during infancy. Again, we talk about that proverbial stage, the stage before 2 years old, and the impact this has on continued emotional and physical development was a large component of like this British psychologist named John Bowlby. He researched into attachment theory. Neuroscience has corroborated his findings, all right, noting that the type of care an infant receives during this hugely important time of exponential brain development is the foundation for how we learn, feel, and connect to people throughout life. Lack of this support, it leads to postnatal depression, bereavement, or trauma, right? This trauma may impact a mother or father's ability to give consistent care for a while, but babies and children are hugely resilient, and with correction to their care, they can recover a sense of safety. If you decide to ask your parents, about your, this stage of your life before you were 2, do so with curiosity about its impact on you, but also with compassion for circumstances outside their control. So a lot of these things are, like I said, affecting you guys, even in the career area, that happened before 2 years old. All these twos on the clock, 2. So you guys are getting exactly what you're yearning. But what's happening mostly is you guys don't realize that your parenting skills, this has affected you guys in such a way as of your parenting skills. Okay, a lot of you guys don't realize that that's what's hidden. Yeah, a lot of you guys base your parenting style on your previous parents. It says your parenting style may be the opposite of your parents, but the backdrop of how you parent your children will always be your own experiences as a child, including any shame, fear, anger, or longings you carry with you inside of your awareness, in and outside of your awareness from that time of life, right? Exploring an underlying process for why you feel and act the way you do as a parent, especially your relationship with your mother and father in your childhood, can be a powerful way to begin taking control of your issues, all right? Yeah, you are currently struggling with at this time, and you guys are struggling with, the issue, like I said, in that romantic area, feeling like your needs were not being met. It is also important to consider the rich tapestry of your wider family history, like grandparents and great-grandparents. They too carry their own hopes and fears for their children and themselves, all of which are part of you and your children's story. How do you imagine your family history has impacted you? All right, it has impacted you in such a way of your parenting abilities. You guys, it has affected you in that way for sure. I'm going to try to sum this up. Anything you want to say? All right. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, well, that's common sense. So you guys go ahead and do what you have to do and get into this exercise. Because you guys do deserve love. It's telling me this. You guys deserve love, and you guys are very lovable here. Okay, that's what this boils down to. You guys recognizing that you deserve love. You're not something that does not deserve love. Okay, yeah, you guys are not. So. Yeah, so you do deserve love, okay? Mm. Yeah, so what I'm saying is some of you guys, like I said, with the finances, you guys are dealing with that, but you have to remember the aspect of you. Because a lot of you guys, you have an unrequited love with your finances, is what I'm saying. Because they want you to transfer that energy into parts of you so you guys can spend it wisely, okay? And what I see is it's going to be a I heard drudging road, drudging, to set these boundaries in within oneself, mind, body, and spirit. So you guys are gonna be working hard because it's not something that's gonna happen very soon. I do see that, you know. But you deserve love with this person. You guys deserve love. You guys both are lovable. And it says here, of course, this could be the one. You've already met this romantic partner. You guys already been together, okay? This definitely, obviously, could be the one, Um, yeah. Some of you guys are real awesome parents. You really love your children. Yeah. And if you guys have any issues with that, also let your friends help you in any type of way, because they're saying that, for you guys, if you feel any type of way in parenting, because sometimes that does get out of control with these issues that we're talking about here. They're saying, ask your friends for help and accept the support and help that you ask your friends for. Those of you who don't mind stepping outside the box, it's telling you guys to ask your friends for help. You know, I asked for the too many came out with. Yeah. Okay. See. So you guys, the finances is the issue right now. So there's some financial issues here, in this area of love. But you guys both deserve love. That's why you feel like it's a work. It's a job here. Yeah. See, a lot of you guys put in the prayer, the affirmations, the visualizations, uh, to receive, your financial status and what you guys require. You guys been praying for it. You've been calling this financial status in. However, you've been seeing some other things, like some visualizations, some type of, like I said, some of you guys have been having these dreams or just sitting around thinking the worst about your finances. You know, um, but you guys are calling in the best to happen. So you put your prayers in, your affirmation, your visualizations. I do see that. But they want you to, again, utilize this as your own personal energy, your own personal friend is what I heard. Yeah, so you guys can have just enjoy your birthday, because they want you guys to enjoy your birthday. They want you to enjoy your time. You know, that's what I see. They want you to enjoy your beautiful, blessed anniversary. Okay? Yeah. Enjoy your blessed anniversary. Yes, indeed, Shalita. Yes, indeed. Okay, so I got these here. All right, and I'm gonna get some spiritual message. Oh, you guys, time be flying. I'm gonna get some spiritual messages here for you guys, real briefly here. But I'm gonna do it in such a way. I'm gonna go in the box, because you guys know about the box. Okay, there we go. Okay. I love you guys. I love you guys. So, in your area of love, they want me to tell you guys a story about the wolf real briefly here. And yeah, so it makes sense. So in the area of love, you guys, just remember this: in this romantic area, there was this man on the porch, sitting on the porch with his son. His son was about 7 or 8 years old. And the man just burst out and said, "Son, I'm so tired of these two wolves fighting inside of me. They keep fighting inside of me. Every time you turn around, you got the good wolf that's very optimistic. They're such a good vibe. They really are so happy all the time. And then you got this negative wolf that's so pessimistic, low vibe." And the father got quiet. The son ain't care about none of them big words, because he didn't know what the big words meant anyway. So the son was like, all he heard was fighting. So the son waited for a little while. He said, "Daddy, who won the fight?" So the father said, "The one that I feed. Whichever one I feed." Okay? So in your romantic area, you guys pay attention to what you are feeding. Okay? You know, what side you are feeding. Are you feeding that positive side? You know, are you feeding that low vibe side? Right? So that's your message. Which one are you feeding? Okay? Great. Yeah, because a lot of people forget a problem is something that we create, situations or things that happen. Okay? All right, so in your finances, it's telling you, you see how I just pulled these out of the vice where they playing. He wants you guys to know about the purpose in your financial area. I'm about to get this money. Let me pick up this. I'll be right back. I don't want to beat up this money, but I said, I'm going to go ahead and bring this money out. All right, so they want you guys to know about purpose, okay? So, you guys, let's pretend like this is everybody else purpose, okay? But your purpose is your purpose maker. You follow the purpose maker. Everybody else follow this purpose. This one here. So everybody, all your friends, family, confidants, loved ones, they follow this purpose. Oh, look at this purpose. But guess what? When this purpose is gone, they have no purpose. They have no purpose. As for you, because you follow the purpose maker, they want you to know that you will always have a purpose. Okay? You will always have a purpose. That's what they want you to know. That's the message I have for you guys, okay? And it's saying, hmm, 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 hmm. So they want you guys in mind, body, and spirit, in this area of mind, body, and spirit. Okay, all right. They want you guys to know that. They want you guys to stop giving your power to people. They want you to stop giving people your power. They want you to stop giving people your power. You know, mm, mm, conflict and boundaries. They said stop giving the people your power. People don't have. If people had power, listen. A lot of people give people the power of life and death. They say that they killed that person, they murdered that person. That person ain't do that. They may have done something to that person, but you don't have the power to make that person heart stop because you didn't start it, right? That's what I'm saying. So they want you guys to stop giving people the power. Stop it right now. If people could kill people, I would have killed me and a lot of people so long ago when I was in that mo. You know what I'm saying? And people got to wake up to that fact. All right? Stop giving people the power. That's what your message is, mind, body, and spirit. That's where the conflict is coming from inside of you guys. They want you guys to know that it's only one that has all power. Only one. Mind, body, and spirit, you must know that because that's what the conflict is coming from within oneself. All right? Okay, so yeah, so what you guys have to remember your throughout your energy and also in your career area, always remember this, that remember recovery. That's what the Divine Spirits tell you guys. Remember recovery. All right? Remember recovery. And it's saying here, what is recovery? It's you guys realizing you can't go over, you can't go under, you got to go through. Recovery is going through. You guys going through to make it to the other side without taking any mood changing chemicals. That's right. Not going over, not going not going over, not going under, going through and getting to the other side without any mood changing chemicals, any crutches, dutches, or fletches, whatever is going on right there. Right? Okay, so what's hidden? You only have to go through. What's hidden? You guys must know. You know how you hear people say, I relapsed, I relapsed, I relapsed, I relapsed, I relapsed. Okay, well, first of all, people need to know this. In order to relapse, you have to have had sobriety first. Relapse is simply SLIP, sobriety losing its priority. Sobriety does not come about unless you have 5 years or more. Okay? That's when you can really say that there's a soundness of mind. It's in the books. It's not anything I wrote up or made up. Just do the homework if you want to read. But the bottom line is this. You have to have soundness of mind first in order to say you have a slip, which is sobriety losing its priority, SLIP. That's what you call a slip. A lot of people just saying it out their mouth and they don't have anything. They just stop for 2 weeks, 2 years, 2 months, 5 years. I mean, not even 5 years, like whatever. They just went in and out of a revolving door and they're just making noise, but they don't know the concept. They don't know the information behind what they're saying. So a lot of people just say anything, right? But the bottom line is SLIP. Sobriety does not lose its priority if you were not sober in the first place. Okay? You cannot relapse in 2 weeks. You cannot relapse in 2 years. All right? You cannot relapse until you have had 5 years or more. Okay? And that's okay too. But it's telling you guys right now, and this is a beautiful message to those who want this thing, really want this thing called sobriety, right? And this is a true statement. You only have to go through this one time. You only have to go through this one time. You don't have to go on a detox every 2 weeks, every 2 years. Confirmation. You only have to go through this thing one time. You only have to do it one time. Yes. And this is so real. And you can stay stopped. But you only have to recover one time if you stay stopped. That's my message, you guys. And that's the way we must part ways. If life lasts and death passes, you will see or hear me again. Until then, you guys, namaste. And have a beautiful sober anniversary. You hear me? All right.